Hi, boys and girls. I know that we can't have real parties at the moment because we're being safe and careful and staying at home. But I'm having a bit of a pretend party and invited some of my friends. And as you can see, I made them all their own party hats. So let me introduce you to my friends today that are coming to my party. My first friend, well, his name is Faithful. Do you know what faithful means? Faithful means to be loyal. And my friend has been loyal to God this whole year. This whole year he has loved God. He has obeyed God and gotten to know God better by reading his Bible and praying. He's been obedient to his parents, because that's part of what it means to obey God. And he's been truthful and honest and not fighting with his siblings or his friends, not stealing or cheating. Faithful is definitely on the nice list this year. My next friend, who I'm sure we all want their party hat, is my friend Joyful. And I bet that you could guess what Joyful is like. Oh, she's so much fun. She's so excited. She's so happy. She's always dancing and laughing and smiling and singing. Joyful's a great person to have at my party. And this year, she's just been so happy. Everything has been good for her. Her parents both still have their jobs. And everyone in the family has been healthy. My friend Joyful, this year she got everything that was on her Christmas list. Her new bike, a new doll, and an iPad. All these wonderful gifts she got. So that's my friend Joyful. She can't wait to celebrate and have a big party. Then there's my friend Triumphant. He's got a crown because he is like a king who has gone to war and come back victorious. That's my friend Triumphant. This year everything has gone right for him. He did well at school, the top of his class even. And at sports, he did super well. He won all his matches. He was the star player. Everything has been going well for my friend Triumphant. So he's definitely happy to be at my party today. But who's my next friend? Uh-oh. When I see a big red cross on my test, I don't like it because it means I got something wrong. And this is my friend Unfaithful. He has not been loyal to God this year. See, he's been quite naughty, quite sinful. Unlike Faithful, he didn't want to get to know God better. He said, oh, you know what? The church is closed, there's no Sunday school. I don't need to read my Bible. I don't need to pray. He had lots of fights with his siblings. And he lied. Of course, Mom, I did my Zoom class today, when really he didn't. Or when his parents asked him to do his chores, no, I don't want to. That's my friend Unfaithful. But you know what? He's not really in a good mood today because he's on the naughty list. And he knows it. Because of that, he's feeling ashamed and guilty. He knows that he's been unfaithful this year. And that makes him sad. My next friend, now I must be quite delicate here. Her hat is made from tissue because her name is Weakness. Now we all know what it's like to be weak sometimes. When there's something very heavy, you try to lift it and you can't. Well, that's how she feels on the inside. See, things have not been good for her this year. Her granny died, and her dad lost his job at work. She's very sad, and she's also scared. What happens if they don't have enough money to buy food for supper tonight? And she really, really misses her granny, because her granny came every Christmas to visit them. And now she's so sad and so scared and feels so alone. She feels like this piece of tissue. could just get crumpled up and broken. That's how she feels. Put that down gently. And my last friend. Now, I didn't just get bored and decide to stop decorating. This is my friend Empty. Because just like how this party hat is empty on the outside, that's how Empty feels inside. See, he feels like there's nobody that cares about him. Not even God, he thinks. Because he's been praying this whole year. See, his parents are getting a divorce. And he's been praying and praying for this not to happen. But so far, his parents haven't gotten back together yet. And he's feeling like nobody cares. In fact, he feels like people don't like him because there's this bully at school who keeps on picking fights with him and making fun of him. And no matter what he does, it just doesn't end. So he's feeling empty and that nobody cares about him. And everything and everyone is fighting against him. Now these are the friends I've invited to my party. But I'm sure each of you could think of a hat that fits you. Maybe you're joyful. It's Christmas after all. I'm sure you guys got lots of nice presents today. But maybe you feel like more one of my friends here in the back row. That you feel guilty and ashamed because there's something that you did wrong. Or you feel like a tissue crown, like a tissue hat, weak, and could crumple at any moment. Or maybe you feel empty. That nobody listens to you, nobody hears you, nobody knows what you're going through. And I think this year, it's been a long, hard, difficult, scary year for everybody. So I think there's more people that feel like this than like this year. But let me tell you about Jesus. Because that's what Christmas is all about, remember? It isn't about the trees or the presents or the yummy food or even the family coming together. It's about Jesus. And every Christmas we remember that the Almighty God who made everything became a little baby who cried just like your little brother and sister cries, who had to have someone feed him, someone change his nappy, someone wrap him in clothing to keep him safe. Our God who made everything became a baby and was born in a stinky, noisy barn to a young girl named Mary. But this baby, who was God himself, grew up, and he was the most loyal person that there was. He was the most faithful person that there was. He never sinned, not even once. Jesus never sinned, but yet he was punished and he died on the cross. The Bible says that Jesus' death was the death that we deserved. Because the wages of sin is death. But Jesus took that punishment himself and he died on the cross. But that wasn't the end of the story. No, not at all. Because after 3 days, Jesus rose from the grave. He defeated death and he defeated sin. And then he rose and went to heaven. But he promised that one day he would come back. So at Christmas, we look back to that first Christmas when Jesus was born. But we also look forward to the promise that he is going to come again. And every Christmas, Jesus is inviting you to come. To come if you've been faithful, if you're joyful and feeling triumphant, to come. But he also says, come if you've been unfaithful. If you've been sinful and naughty, come this Christmas. If you are feeling weak and tired and sad and scared, come. And that you are feeling empty, and like everyone and everything's against you, come. Because Christmas is about hope. That all the promises of God have come true, and they will come true one day. Jesus is coming back, and He is going to make everything right again. There's going to be no more sickness, no more blindness, no more deafness, no more lameness. Everything is going to be made right. There's going to be no more sadness from people dying, or losing jobs, or bullies. Everything's going to be made right. So Jesus says, come, even if you're unfaithful, because you know what? I have come to give you new life. So that you will no longer be unfaithful, but you will become faithful. Jesus says, come, even if you're feeling weak and weary and tired and scared and sad, I'm going to fill you with my joy. My perfect joy and happiness, because I have come to make all those things that are wrong right again. And those who are feeling empty, that everything is against them, that everyone is against them, Jesus comes to bring us victory, to bring us triumph, and to crown us. And all those things disappear. So today, as you open your presents, as you eat your lunch, as you look at your Christmas trees, and maybe watch your Christmas movie, remember what today is really about. It's about the birth of Jesus. The coming of Jesus long ago and soon to come again.